Uh, 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 uh. Da, 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 boom. Okay, yep. Mm. Da, da, da. Okay, okay. It is time. I've been holding off on seeing this for a while now. Hold on, let me wait a little bit. Okay, someone primal? What? I'm actually confused a little bit. You can confirm. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. This time. See this. It's been a while since I last saw. I'll usually just let it play or let it run when I'm AFK when I sign in. Okay, then this was the fight against the Empire.
How many years have
This guy I thought I didn't know was a player character.
How many years have I waited for this moment?
Who's this? Who's talking?
The one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called.
That's a bold assumption, thinking I played Samurai.
Of light.
Bard players. Oh! Oh no! PTSD. Okay, now it's making a little bit more sense. I feel like there were some scenes in there that I've never seen before. No fights left to fight. No life left to live. I see furballs or whatever they are. Gremlins? Oh, it comes. The end. Your end. This looks like the boss in hard mode. Ampedor Keep. Ampedor. I don't have this many classes, so this isn't me. Why is there never any Lalafells in the trailers? What is going on here?
What sayest thou, Master Matoya?
Master Matoya?
We may accept this fate or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Ranger is an arcanist? No, astrologist. What is it? Ishtola Matoya? Is that her name now? I have no clue what's going on. Are these all classes I don't use? Well, no, they played Bard.
Until our friend returns,
And Samurai in the first thing, I guess.
I will hold the line.
I still don't know who this is. This is in Amtapor Keep hard mode.
This town certainly has changed. I'm not at all for that matter.
What town is this? He's a gunbreaker now?
Anywhere. I promise you, Infilia.
Okay. Thancred's a gunbreaker, showing the gunbreaker class. Oh, and this is Dancer. Yeah, I remember now. I remember this. Oh, and Vieira too. Infilia? Why Infilia? Why is Thancred so obsessed with Infilia? Is this the Crystal Tower?
This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone.
Step on.
History must be unwritten. Let it be unwritten. Become what you must.
Oh yeah, we have to go to the Crystal Tower.
The warrior of darkness.
I don't. I'm just confused. That didn't tell me anything. It's just good. It's just like Stormblood. I had no idea where Stormblood was. Well, did I? Well, no, I didn't know where Stormblood was gonna go in the beginning. I didn't realize we were actually gonna go to war with Garlemald already. And now Shadowbringers. I don't know. Are we fighting the Ashians? Bringing the fight to the Ashians world or something? The Shadow world? I do not know. But we shall see. If they let me in. What did I just do? I did some dungeons. I organized my stuff and now I am full. I need to unload in the Gervanian place. That's whatever. Oh. It is time to continue. I have two of these. Who's clapping? What the? What's going on over here? Hold up. How do you do emotes without doing... without showing up in the chat? Let me just move along. These damn role players. Move along now, sir. How many stones do I have? Okay. Tataru Taru. The Circus Trench. Good news, Glide. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. And we better go and give them a hand. Yosh. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Where are you going? Oh? New sound effects. That's the first time I heard it. It sounded mad weird. Sounds like the worst one in the game. Oh, everybody's moved. I'm holding the fort. Someone needs to keep an eye on the Empire after all. Wait, hold on. What level is my machinist? Not a machinist, samurai. 68, okay. In the absence of the others, we must manage the affairs of the Resistance to the best of our ability. With that, we could do more. I pray this beacon you spoke of leads you to the others. Gods, where could they be? Wait, what do you mean? The others? Their bodies are right here though. What are you talking about? The others have left to search for the beacon. Weren't you joining them? Oh, that's what they meant. Huh? Wait, I actually don't even know. What are you doing? Nothing. Unukalahai. Ukalai. Wait, who's... Crystal Towers looks ever more brightly. Why does everyone use the heart of the party? I really don't get it. That title is 10 commendations. Hey Mo, I swear I've seen you before. Whatever. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake. The swiftest way to get there is by boat. What's going on here? The C team. The Archons need our help. Next to that, even matters of the heart don't seem to matter. Alright, A&R. I've decided no slavering beasts in the... I detected no slavering beasts in the vicinity my sister expected. Wait, what? Accepted. Okay. The hell? The Ironworks is out in force Master Garland's orders. That towering edifice is the outer wall of the Crystal Tower's foundation, the labyrinth of the ancients to be precise. The air here weighs heavily upon me. 'Tis little wonder, I suppose, I'm standing in the shadow of such an imposing structure. Glide, the search continues. Did he change his gear? Not sure. The search continues, but I have no doubts we will find this beacon of yours. I feel weird.
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Okay, okay. What is this? Is this the third Biggs? Or the second Biggs? I think that's the second Biggs.
Biggs! Wedge!
That is definitely not Biggs' voice.
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Wedge. Hey.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I need to hear Wedge's voice again. What was that? This is why you put Japanese voices.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Oh. Da 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 da.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there?
I'm not showing you.
Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you. You are right.
What's happening?
Oh god.
Stay with me. Focus on my voice.
Did this guy's voice change?
Trance.
No, it didn't.
Contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device! Well, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and
Did I-
bring them home.
Did I miss something? Why are they talking about find our friends all of a sudden? Like, did we know that they're in like some kind of other dimension or something? I don't even know. I guess that was already but I don't know, they make it sound like their bodies are gone too. I don't know. What is it's my memories.
Oh, do not look at me so.
Arch fonts.
There's no freedom in that!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you.
Breeder.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Warriors of Darkness are gone. Whoa, 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 whoa! We trippy, man. Why is Manfilia a kid now? Feet. Can't.
Your time has not yet come.
Did you? Just a whole bunch of question marks. The Warrior of Darkness. Should I play Ninja? I could. Oh, I didn't, but I didn't finish this Ninja quest line for Stormblood. I should have been doing Praetorium too. I haven't been doing my Praetoriums. There's only so much.
From endless dreams I awake.
So is this how the Warrior of Darkness started his journey?
Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. Definitely in some kind of different dimension. We're not in Kansas anymore. Imperial? Why is the grass purple? Wait, is this the— yeah, it is. I started the journey guy. The carriage guy.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
Okay, so what? I'm playing as essentially the Warrior of Darkness? What do you mean this time of night? So this is a reverse world?
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply.
Okay, I actually don't know. It's always bright out. There's no time? No change of day?
Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
Where are we? Where am I?
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
Yeah, I'll have one. Hey, I said yes. The hell? Where's my option to choose?
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Crystarium? Goose? Oi.
To dizzying heights it rises. The gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
So poetic.
There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light. The pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
This is just a song of this area? Okay. No mounts? What's going on?
Halt!
What the? Bunnies.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
Nice voice.
This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Okay.
From where do you hail?
Ulda.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
dance.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
The whole hand. Wait, what? Oh no. Rip. Wait, just a hand?
Everything all right, Captain?
Boy, it's you.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
A sin eater?
Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
Oh, smile.
Well, I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city.
Is this a Stormblood boss music?
Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome.
No, this is
May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Like a synced battle song.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Privet. Let's get some privacy.
Right then. Before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
He almost sounds like Alpha now.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you were still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact.
The first realm?
As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Are the other scions here?
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
It is a simple
Let us
answer,
begin
yes or
with
no?
The glaring skies up above.
The glaring skies.
Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light.
Consumed by light?
It
But
began
light is
centuries
good.
ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost.
9/10. Light is good, darkness is bad. We all know this.
And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now.
The Sin Eaters?
Sin Eaters.
Oh, yeah.
We call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity.
Didn't look too tough to me.
It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
Couldn't beat that single Sin Eater?
though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well.
Why did his voice sound different when we got closer? Is this proximity voice or something?
But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
I think the closer the camera is to him, the louder he is or something. I have to change the settings. Hey, come on! I'm trying to... all these damn cutscenes.
Such a proud, vibrant city.
How do I...
The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn
Among Us?
for salvation?
So it was this guy in the cinematic. It was his voice. Over in the Crystarium. So it's like a Heaven's Ward induction, where we got put into Foundation first. Wow, a nice city. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. It's alright. I still think it's probably the worst. Quest musics, quest noises. Out of all of them. Maybe it'll grow on me. What is this? What are they giving me? I don't want this. Shadowbringers orchestra roll? City of the First. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. The world seems to be thriving. Look at the city. Sure, everything's alright, you don't need me. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetherite, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. What is this fourth wall? Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should be in theory be able to reach all the way back along your etherical trail and find a connection to the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. What if I don't? After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetherite and head out to the city to arrive in the crystalline mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catalyst, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him and his cabinet of curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps. Take the exit on the left and simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from opposite side of the Aetheroid Plaza. Seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. Haha, get it? Crystal clear? Ha, very good. I can see the layout of the Custarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn to twist its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach the citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then... That guitar in the background. I hear it. I hear it. And here we have the Rotunda. Rotunda, I heard that before. Oh, is that just this? Okay. But I swear I heard the Rotunda before this. Can I teleport? Wait. Okay. By focusing your senses, you detect the flow. Action as faint but stable and should allow you to teleportation to Aetheroids at the source. What is the source? The source is my place or our realm? It was one of the options when they asked where did I come from. Baldequin. Oh, yeah, where are you going? Hey, these guys have top gear. Sorry, Sinner, but my services are reserved for members of Clan Nutsy. That's to you. Alright. Starting an expansion is always daunting. I feel tired already. All the Aether currents I have to get. I swear, if they didn't copy Heaven's Lord with it. Whisper. We're in the library? Where did I put you there? You know what I'm talking about. What do you call it? Let's fight. I want to fight. Study group. I ain't joining your study group. Wow. such a sophisticated people. Why would they need my help? But that would mean that cucumbers are fruit. The hell's this guy? Cucumbers? Well, because they have... I don't even know. Did I miss something? Didn't he say there was one upstairs and one downstairs? Oh, okay. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? Quite familiar with our civic roles. See, and, well... What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll even? A scrap of scribbled or on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written world. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was none less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. So the flood took out 9/10 of the population of the people in this place, this world. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh, so you've been invested interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany that account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment and I'll fetch it for you. Ooh, yay! Color books. Picture books. Here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair and make yourself more comfortable with the lesson then? 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadow Keeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous, blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but the luminous wasteland. No, light is good, dark is bad. Oh? Feet? Yet, just when it seemed like that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light, she stood twixt us, approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrand and Norvrand alone spared the fate of erasure. This boss model, the model for this is in the hard mode of Amtapor Keith. Or at least a similar one. It's the Statue of the Lion or whatever. Tragedy would, however, arrive in whatever one of the Amtapors arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended the horrors of strange and terrible aspect that bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norgrand's sky. Even now they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Next exchange with Goran has taught you about the flood of light. Wait, what is that about? What is this guy doing? Is he taking a selfie? No pictures, please. The Ball of the Clan. What are you buying? I do not repair my own stuff. I don't see the purpose. Wait, what? You dabble in trades? Could have fooled me. Are you sure? Oh yeah, I still have that quest. I gotta do the Weaver quests. I'm still not done. Stuff. Look at this thing. Beautiful. What's in there? A dome. Catless. This is the crafting area. Rare to see a place so well stocked in goods, isn't it? But not here. Going to guess you're new to our fair city? Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too. Thanks to us and the mean, we work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate, like those Yule Morin layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have the whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? The Exarch's crystal. Yeah, Exarch's. One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. So that's why everybody basically knows each other for the most part. Well, not. Yeah. Because there's only 1/10 of the population left. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. Who? Him? It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, but pulled the entire thing out of thin air. Eh? It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. Exarch's invitation, buildings started growing up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear that Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, and the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talents you might be hiding. If you ought to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you had a chance to settle in. Just as the Fort Catless, and I'll find you a niche here in the crystalline mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Life in the Crystarium. My nose. Ah. What is this? Oh. Amaro? Wait a minute, these are Amalja. Is this their excuse to reuse models? To say it's a different world, but the same. I see what you're doing, Square. Reusing old assets, huh? Lazy devs. If you come looking for it, might have a spot for another guard. Yes, friend. Aether compass, yes, I have distributed a fair few in the course of my duties. Personally, I have not seen any like the one you described. I shall keep an eye out for it, though. Oh, this is the Aether compass, lady. said good day, sir. Okay. Gotta show off over here. You call that a squat? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Man. Oh yeah. Hey. Dame Dollar. It's over here. Prestarium Gatekeep. Pray take your leave. Whoa. Yeah, that don't right. The sound effect. I saw it's like in Kingdom Hearts. There's semi-type. Braggy. The markets. Summoning bell. New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome, my name is Braggy. I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Or by half. In any case, our merchants stock a wide range of equipment, so we should have something in your size. Forgive my asking, but you are a dwarf, yes? We don't get many of your lots coming down from the mountain these days. This guy is a new race. I'm sorry, did you say dwarf? Aye, something wrong? Let's see if we can train this out. See, those two in front of us, the shorter one is a hume. A hume? The taller one is an elf. An elf? Excuse me? The sturdier individual over there is a Galgant, whilst the one with the horns is a Drawn. And then you have the large, scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those we call those would be the Zun. Or Zun. Zun. Which is apparently not what you call them. Do the dwarves have different names for all the peoples of the world? Or did you pick up the common tongue in some other far-flung region? Ah, the same as the Exarch, huh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Peoples of the First. Is this why someone called me a dwarf before? Materia. I'm a savage. Oh my gosh. Can I pick some apples? Wait, I did? I didn't even realize I did. Thought I didn't get this one. Oh yeah, I did. Oh, that's the one in the bottom. So many markets. Personal suite. Oh, those are that's the inn. The space is just so spacious. What are we gonna do with all this space? Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you from form a clearer picture of this world and its people? Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but it was necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal's Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is in fact the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at reaching the boundaries between worlds. Something of a trial run for your eventual crossing, and although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to... Okay, I see where it's... why. What's not gonna happen? Our old Mikot friend is gonna be here. Travelers or Norvrand? Novrand. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in privacy of my corridors. However, I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to achieve. Just like that, then Rahatia is... Rahatia is his name. I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? There's someone in there that's been waiting. An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it best that we focus on the present. My thing about this is, the Crystal Tower stuff wasn't mandatory, I don't think. So you might not know. You don't have to know who Gratia is, or whatever. Crystal Tower stuff was side quests. This theme.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study.
Take your hood off.
I can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the First. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the Source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the First, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
Yeah, okay.
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
Yeah, okay.
As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the First for almost a year.
Wow!
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete.
Who's over here naked?
Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
So they did die. That's good to know. Then find a way to send them back. Right now.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
Is that what you see in the cinematic? When you're having the visions? Like, I'm sorry that some of those scenes weren't... I haven't seen some of those scenes.
In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source.
Nani?
This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes.
Nani?
Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
Nope. Oh.
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
Sin Eaters.
Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you?
What say
Have I
you?
earned your trust for the moment, at least?
I guess. Alright, but I'll see you keep that promise.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
No thanks, I already saw everything. Da, da, da. The Castarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants, which as it turns out is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. Come along now, y'all. I know the markets. It was just here.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Really?
Each nation once minted its own coins, but was all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter.
How convenient. They don't have to...
Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower.
People would have got mad if our regular guild just worked, I guess.
Some of which may be familiar to you.
Triple Triad. Oh no.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world.
I actually don't know what that was. Was that Triple Triad?
Avan Kerm Sin?
Say again?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task.
Task?
This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
They don't have to explain all this, just make it work.
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Aye.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From
You
this
shall
moment
pass.
forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Sne Yak. Like the branch
Beautiful
which spread from the
branch.
sapling, our bond will flow unbroken
Adorable
from
snap.
one to the other. Raise your hand. Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap a message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Send a message to Kryl. The hell? Where is Kryl right now? Kryl is with Master Matoya.
Consider get it done.
And why wasn't Cryle? I guess because of Eureka, Cryle wasn't sent.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
I need to listen to some music.
Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
This is definitely like the Firmaments and how we're getting a tour. Wait, did we have a tour of Kugane? I think we did, actually. Yeah. As a result of your pact with Fel Ul, you can now access to deliver removals, market boards, and summoning bells while in the first. There you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have to a private room here at the Pendants for your duration of your stay to make use of it as you see fit. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings, pay rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the ocular anon. I believe that covers all of the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, replied. We are denied the comforting blanket tonight of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. A cutscene for this. I wanted to go in my inn. Glamour. Food for me. Trash view. How am I supposed to sleep like this? You. Nani? You. What the warrior of darkness.
You're the warrior of light from the source.
Why is it called the source? What's this place called again? The source is what my realm is called? What realm are we again? The 13th? No, we're the 7th or 8th, no? I don't even know. It's the warrior of darkness. Imagine saying, who are you?
What? Did you just... You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness.
Why is his axe bloodied?
My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back.
Ardbert? Could have sworn they said his name though. I don't remember though. A daft one, looking back. Yeah.
If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood.
Oh, really? You're the warriors. Wait,
We
what?
thought our home doomed. And so we listen to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and try to hasten their God's damned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness.
He didn't help? That was the face.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
I don't know. Time is relative.
100 years. 100 long years.
How did they cause the flood, though? Didn't they say it was warriors of light came and defeated the... Whoa, what? Oh, okay. I'm like, hold up.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift.
I think this guy's voice is different. I'm not sure. It might be the same. It sounds similar. It sounds right.
Walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang!
Bang!
My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
Don't worry about what I'm doing here. What are you doing here? In my room.
You were summoned to save the First. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light.
Don't
but
watch
do me
me.
a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
What? Still more. I want to be in the room. Why am I not using the covers? Don't leave. Why is it putting me over here? Why can't I open the window? Wait a minute. Oh wow. I didn't know I had this song. turn up. That's too good. That's too good. Too good. Too good. Too good. Do we have the whole song? Do we have... Where's Kagane? Or Stormblood? What's this? I mean, this is essentially Heaven's Ward. Where is... this? This is the song that was playing though. Showtime. Where is... I mean, this is essentially Heaven's Ward, I guess. Oh, this one. What? What is this one? Oh, is this the version of everybody singing, and this is like the official version, I guess. Okay. Why did you give me that? Bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum bum. Might as well use them. Start getting used to the names. That's the glide. The Exarch awaits you within. When do I start fighting monsters? Portal to the source. North Silver Tier. Okay. Wait, what does it say? I've been keeping that device you uncovered safe and sound. Did you need it to use it again? So we're just leaving it to this guy, huh?
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest.
No rest for the wicked. I had a ghostly visitor.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts.
The hell's this map?
This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
This is where we are? To the north, there's that thing. To the south is that thing. This is where the cinematic was. The city. What's this on the bottom right? Gridania. Yes, yes. Ishgard. Rauger's Reach. Yes, yes. Okay, and what is surrounding this area? Is this just light? Clouds of light? It's like a crater. Everything else is just desolate. A desert of nothingness, I assume. Is this water then? So, is this water? Yes, it's water, but the water just ends at this wall. This walled-in crater. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. What's he talking about? Soundtrack of the chapter, okay. This map shows the lands of Norvrent and the area spared by the spared the flood of flight.
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland.
Lakeland. Yeah, that me.
To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
Fairy kingdom?
To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium.
I'll go for Alice.
Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armareng. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters.
The very edge of the inhabitable world. I'll say went to the heart of it all. In a way. Do 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 do.
In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
She's been training for a year. Oh.
So, will it be Calicia or Armareng? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred.
Oh yeah, Thancred.
A new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Excuse me. And search for oh, you have to do both. And search for of Alice. Ready to depart for Aureg. Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the matter of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch and he will see that you reach your destination. But you like that guitar. What the hell? Where is this? Wow. We've got quests galore. Quest sync? What the hell does that mean? Rate and review. Oh, you're the Crystal Exarch's guest, are you? Quick, take this. Aha, got you. Now I just need you to do this brief survey for me. It will only take a few moments of your time. Speak to the people on that list and return here and tell me your thoughts on the current state of Casteria. Your cooperation is appreciated. I'll bang these out right quick. A fitting challenge. Pardon me for staring, I couldn't help but notice that you have the posture of one who has trained in martial techniques. Might I beg you assist with a small matter? A friend of mine has recently joined the guard, you see. I was hoping to put my skills to work in crafting her armor more durable than the standard issue fair, but she's already been stationed out in Lakeland. I have her measurements, of course, but I find myself unsure of which parts of the garments will need to be reinforced and which will need to hang a bit loose for mobility's sake. Would you be willing to demonstrate a few common stances for me? Show me your battle stance. Alright, now do some boxes for me. How do I... Oh. I have just box? What about shadow boxing? This goes where I was saying, but you didn't actually hit anyone. I only wish to see how you move, to throw a punch. What? What? I definitely did that. I see the entire torso needs to be able to twist, and the knuckle portion of the gloves will likely use a bit more padding. I believe I understand what alterations to make. You've been a great help, thank you. I must say that what you're wearing seems quite finely made, but if ever you do find yourself in need for new equipment, come and find me. I would be happy to offer you a reduced rate on my custom work. Alright, let me go ninja. Oh no, I didn't finish ninja. I keep forgetting. How do you feel the Casterian is? We're up to one of Pitcher's surveys, will you? I'll try to keep it brief. Anyways, you're likely to be aware that the Amaro are vital in the distribution and transport of goods, fleet, and hard as they are, they can't transport as much in one go as a chocobo. The time saved by their ability to fly more than makes up for that. There's no faster way to get something to the settlements from fortifications and Lakeland than by a Morrow, that's for certain. You stand now in the primary area for loading goods and transports, and as you can see, the launch platform extends behind me. If you want the Amaro to carry you rather than a parcel, then it can be arranged here as well. You only speak to the tamers at the counter. In fact, if you have not yet made the opportunity to ride an Amaro, I wholeheartedly recommend that you do so while you're here. It's more comfortable than it looks, owing to its softness of the coats. Take that as my parting advice to you. Survey. Ballistics, main defense of the Crystarium. Before you see our pride and joy, the crystal cannons. It's truly inspiring pieces of artillery, unleashed blasts of pure ether drawn from the crystal itself. The structure power they boast will even obliterate most sin eaters, if you can believe it. It's slightly unfortunate that they are so difficult to aim, I'll admit. That's nothing but that the addition of a few more cannons can't solve. Just try to dodge a dozen different blasts coming in your general direction, you creepy bastards. That's the idea anyway. I suppose I should let you get on with your touring the facilities, but if you have any more questions, you know where to find me. A cry for help. Ooh there, you look as if you could use something to occupy yourself with. I received this flyer soliciting help at Spaggy Rigs, but I am far too busy with my own duties to contribute. It seemed a shame not to at least pass it on, though. They do good work there, vital work. If you're interested in offering your assistance, you'll find Spaggy Rigs just south of here. Bayhan should be more than willing to explain the specific tasks that volunteering would attend. Spaggy Rigs. You don't appear to have any gaping wounds. Are you here for a tincture, perhaps? If so, I'm afraid I'll have to take some time. Yo, come to answer our plea for help. Thank the goodness. In fact, are you available to start right away? I'm in urgent need of someone who might go to the laboratorium for dawn, frailtail cuttings, and nectar. What? I was certain it was here. I was for sure. What are these things? These strange bird things. This is Temenos Degree, where we breed, raise, and train beasts of Britain. You might have noticed that the staff is primarily Zun. That is because, as a formerly nomadic tribe, the Zun developed the majority of the techniques for Amaro husbandry and are still in practice today, and many of us are trained in them from an early age. I personally pride myself not only on knowledge of my trade, but also the ability to impart it to others. It is much easier to learn something than to teach it, but unless each of us makes the effort to do both, all our ancestors strove for will someday be lost to that time. What? Dirty trick. That you have come to gaze at me with such bright-eyed, eager eyes can only mean one thing. You, sir, are an aspiring breeder. Whoa, wait, whoa. No need to be embarrassed. It is perfectly natural to take an interest in the mating habits of livestock, but those secrets are not for the uninitiated. I'm afraid we'll need to start with the basics, and that means cleaning the stables. Great. Chirp. Actual chickens. Cleaning the stool. That's the spirit. Now take this punching sack and for Astral over in Sweet Fly. Hello there, has anyone ever told you that you smell of fertilizer? Oh, that explains it then. Thank you. Without such rich fertilizer as this, we'd never be able to grow the quantity of vegetables that we do. I usually provide Sel Gonlu with produce in return. Would you mind taking it then? Please, the bag's not too heavy, it's full of fruits and vegetables. Back. And you brought me vegetables. My, you are helplessly industrious, aren't you? At this point, I should probably confess that I never actually mistook you for an aspiring breeder. I was joking, but to my complete shock, you did what I asked. So then I thought to myself, surely you'll catch on if I tried to hand over a little sack of shite. The point is, I got carried away. I apologize. Please take this as payment for your efforts. Dirty trick. Oh, a new assistant of Spaggy Ricks, are you? And what can I help you with today? Dawn Fatalis, naturally. What is this, Harry Potter? Those are brightly colored, brush-like plants that you see. I recommend you take a cutting from the tallest one. We've been quite successful in encouraging their growth of late, so you needn't worry about taking what you require. As for the nectar, you'll need to ask one of the researchers at the cauldron for that. It's a bit too difficult for an aperture to extract. It seems that it's your first time encountering them. It may interest you to hear that the Dawn Hotel is one of the few plants to have survived from the time before the flood. Then they were kept surely for their beauty, which I agree is quite remarkable in this time of the flood. However, we have yet experimented with various cultivars to intensify their healing properties. They are now used in a variety of medicines. I hoped that gives you a bit of an appreciation for the sort of work done here. Though I apologize for the digression, I'm sure you will be wanting to get back to the Spaggy Ricks as soon as possible. Wait, did I get the thing? Oh, okay. Swagger Ricks, are ya? This is a crucial moment. Now observe. There appears to be very little difference in how these fertilized components interact. There's a delicate balance, so perhaps our measurements were off, but we should also consider whether it's the temperature that's causing the problem. Ah well, Fatal Nectar, was it? Here you are. Have you care that you put it to good use? Ba da ba ba Leaves. Leave me alone. What the? From a distance. Pardon me, might you be the crystal esteemed guest? I'd like to borrow your expertise if you have a moment to spare. There's a boy, you see, who frequents the cabinet regularly. Like so many of his peers, he had never experienced the world outside the Crystarium, and so he comes to catch a glimpse of it in the pages of Time Lord books. I'm certain that what he truly desires is to learn of the living, breathing world, however. The world as it is today through the eyes of one who has seen it. Might you share your experience with him? I believe you'll find him just sit up next to us. Okay, it's growing on me a little bit. Just a little bit. You hear from far away, then can you tell me what the world outside is like, pretty please? Oh, then can you tell me about the animals? There are a lot, right? Well, it says they're all dangerous though, is that true? Also only dangerous if you make them mad. Oh really? Ooh, what about what it looks like? Does the whole world look like the Lakeland? Something that's more different than you could ever imagine. Whoa. Oh, I think I understand. Then what about traveling? Mother says it's not worth it. Nothing to see out there, and it's too dangerous, but I want to go on adventures. What do you think? Are you maybe telling me that I should think about it on my own? It does seem pretty dangerous out there, but I still want to know more about the world. Maybe see it for myself one day. Thank you for letting me ask questions. Please tell Antibert I'm going home. I have a lot of work to do. I wonder if Father will let me practice with the science. Oh, can I assist you in fitting a particular... pertaining to a particular subject, either he or I will be. Himself is part of the wider world. I have never ventured far from the Crystarium myself, you see, so I know the wonder and fascination that comes from hearing the fireside tales of travelers. You may, with my personal gratitude for sharing a bit of what I've done today. Wait, what? Where is it? There's nothing up here? consuming more than a half-dozen pints of ale in short order and wandering off. The whole experience was incredibly odd. I do, of course, fully intend to provide him with the alcohol that he paid for, but I also cannot help but be concerned by his behavior. It seems to me that someone ought to check up on him. Then you do it. Alas, between brewing and serving for the customers, I can't seem to find the time to slip away. Could I impose upon you to deliver the liquor in my stead and inquire as to whether the man is quite well? Edith should have the alcohol in question ready at Musical Universalis, and as for our eccentric patron, you'll find him at the Catenaries, assuming he gave you the correct information. You will trust it to me. I guess it's somewhat indisposed. Who are you, the manager? What I have glimpsed, I fear that it is a mere matter of time ere he turns, but you need not. Time before he turns, you say? I suppose that does explain it. It's hardly a wonder he may turn to drink. I'm sure you would agree in the throes of such anger, agony, and despair. What is a man to do? I know not to put. apprentice, a novice. The clan is disinclined to allow proven hunters to commit suicide by mark. Once you have achieved a sufficient measure of your success, you will be permitted to pursue more dangerous fiends. Do try not to die before then.
From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang, once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
The light. The light. This is what I like to see. Stop here. Cactus. Tilted. Sharl, fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Abath Arang. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say that it was once one of Norrand's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabath Arang's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. No, not many chose to come here these days, not with everything in ruins. Even with that hulking great fortress has become little more than an immoral roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mord Sook. Let's press on, shall we? You can't fish there. I have a headache or something. I don't know what's going on in my head. Training dummies. Here we are, Mord Sook, by the Blessed Shadow. I love this town. City of the Mord. Castor stands at the entrance of Mord Sook, an eager smile on his face. Mord Sook, not just full of Mord, but Humes and all manner of others too. I forget what the names are. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood. The population is nothing and not diverse. Oh, have you met a Mord before? Look like shy, shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could ever wish to meet. Speaking of which, we may pay our respects to Master Gengen. I'll go ahead and let him know we've arrived. The kobolds. Dum 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 dum. Whoa. That's a kobold.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Cassard.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mord's.
A kobold with a voice? Now I've seen it all.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the
Mordish.
largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang.
We call it souks?
You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mord Souk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed.
The more things change, the
Now
more
then,
things don't
if you
change.
intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
No thanks.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Uh-oh. Yo,
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here! Come and look!
You buy, you buy?
bunch of role players.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Interesting, interesting. I don't get a choice. Welcome to Ronron's, traveler. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose. But no drooling on the merchandise, yes? Browse Ronron's wares. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out, target of blue stuff and inspect it with. What? That's my every burning bounty. Made with the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up and chill your dessert. Thanks. Frogs. Oh, you like those chewy skewers? Find small frogs hiding under rocks. Spear with stick, then roast over fire. Cracky on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. Worms. Everyone's favorite, plum white worms slaughtered in honey. Once you eat a glazered wrangler, you'll never want any other treats. Bread, I call that mushaloaf. mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bitter, sweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it'll still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. They all look tasty, yes? Which to choose? Which to choose? Take the mush loaf. Very wise. You wither on the sands and go full of cactus fruit. Done. You have the gold. Oh, done. One right honor buys you 40 loaves of bread. I should have took the worms. I think I'll... Wait, what? Every last mouthful. What an appetite, what a belly. New legend is born in smored soup. Consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom. And Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours. Keeping that merchandise down, yes? No, we were beef ones. Glad to have been chosen. Go to Gengen, let him know that your coin price decided. I was watching from here, glad you honored our custom, and with great relish. You will always be welcome in Mordsuk. If you need anything in Amarang, we are here to provide. Working off the meal. You have courage, my friend. Ronron's wares are more exotic than harmful. I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on tomorrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. But do you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mordsuk. Oh, offering your services, aren't you? Well, an assistance would be certainly help hurry things along. I have receipts here for some goods that need picking up from the market, all properly paid for. Just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go and take care of some last-minute haggling then. See you in a bit. May view the market receipt at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key. Cactus, iron ore, Nabeth Arang antiques, the world. Well, whatever. I think this is where I call it. It's a nice introduction. Shall continue. I don't even know. Next time. I'm gonna do some other stuff off stream. But yeah, that's it for now.